Let's create 3 holiday party makeup looks for this festive season using what you already have in your collection. Look number 1 will be more suited for those with warmer skin tones. Number 2 will be a look more suitable for neutral skin tones. And number 3 will be the one for cooler skin tones. So let's get into it. So the trend of the season is sparkling eyes and a bold lip. So that is what we will be recreating in all 3 looks today. Let's start with the eyes. I'm going to use a glitter primer. This is the NYX one. This will hold your glitters in place, which is what I'm going to apply today. This is quite sticky and it will be a good base for what we're doing today. You can get some eye safe glitters or something sparkly like this palette. This is the Adept Minka palette, but any sparkly eyeshadow will do. What I'm aiming for today is pieces of sparkle separately visible on the eyelid and not like a shimmer or metallic. So let's try this gold shade. I will just be spreading it out as like an all-over shimmer. Gold will of course look very flattering on warmer skin tones. This is more of a duller gold, but you can also use a yellow gold. I'm going to spread some out on the crease as well. You want that glitter to be showing everywhere, more diffused in the crease than on the lid. I think this is nice, but in my opinion, it needs something more. I have some gold shades here from the ColourPop Good as Gold palette, but you can also use the C3PO palette, or I'm sure they have other gold ones in their lineup. But you could leave it like this, but I wanted just a little bit more. This is a glitter that I'm using. It may or may not be eye safe, so check just to make sure. Just dabbing it in the center to give that extra sparkle. I want to do a larger wing since it's a one shadow application and I want just a little bit more, so let's do a bold wing. Added some mascara and blackened the waterline for some definition and drama, and this is how the eyes are looking. Let's talk about cheek products. So since we're going for a very warm look for this one, I'm going to use a yellowy orange blush and top it with this orange one. You can use any orange or warm orange kind of blush with this. Orange leaning or warm highlighter on top, or just an orange glowy blush, whatever you prefer. I'm mixing the 2 colors from the palette together, but they can also be used separately to make an ombre blush. But I want the focus to be the eyes and the lips, so I'm going to keep this a little simple. Of course, simple is kind of hard for me, so let's put some shimmer there as well. It is okay to be a little shimmery or glittery in the festive season, but also year-round. So I think we have a nice color on the cheeks. Let's move on to the lips. For the lips, I will be using an orange-red kind of shade, and this is perfect for that. This is how it all turned out. I think this is perfect for someone with a warmer skin tone. Very festive, very bright, perfect for that party look. For look number 2, I want to stick with the same basic steps for the application, but just change the color a little bit so it's more suitable for a neutral skin tone, but still festive and bright enough. I want a deeper brown shimmery eye, and I found 2 options from ColourPop, and I'll do one on each eye just to compare. ColourPop had this older palette called California Love. I think this was available on TJ Maxx. I'm going to take this shade. Of course, many ColourPop glitters are not safe to use on the eye. It's a do-at-your-own-risk kind of situation. This is kind of duochromy. It has like a golden flip. There's pink in there as well. So lots of dimension, lots of sparkle. I don't think there's going to be a ton of fallout with this one. The ones you see here are from the previous look. Next is a very old Super Shock shadow from ColourPop. I believe this was from their first Disney collection. It is a deep brown with silver sparkle. I did have some other options in my collection, but they were not as deep brown as this one, and I wanted something really deep, really glittery. Could I have used something else? Probably. Since I am using a glitter glue, this is adhering better than it would with a simple primer. I think I like this one more than that one. This really reads golden, whereas this is the vibe I wanted to go for. It is surprising how little brown sparkly eyeshadows I have in my collection, but this looks really good. The same bold liner, brown in the waterline, mascara, and this is how the eyes turn out. For blush, I want to use a red matte blush, so the sparkle remains on the eyes, but the cheeks will remain relatively shine-free. I want the red to be a fairly pure red, not with a pink undertone or a plum, so I've selected this shade. Definitely do not want to overdo the blush because it will take over, and I want the star of the show to be the eyes and the lips. For the lips, let's do a classic red. So I swapped out the gold one for this brown. This was my vision for this look. So this is how everything is looking. I think it looks great. Kind of vampire-esque. And I like it. I could be going to a party right now. Let's move on to look number 3. For look number 3, what I have in mind is some sparkly platinum or holographic eyeshadow, and then cool toned cheeks and cool toned lips. Let's get on it. So I have two options. I wanted to stick with a silver platinum shade for something slightly more mainstream, and for the other eye I wanted to do a holographic shade like this one. This is the Snow Dream palette by Odin's Eye, and this one is the Minka palette. Let's start with this one. This is like a true platinum silver, and it's gonna have a lot of shine. I could have gone for a silver as well, a pure silver, but I think this gives it something a little extra. If you hear some cooing in the background, that's my cats. Okay, so that is gorgeous. Now, one thing to note with holographic shadows is that they are pretty hard to control when applying, and that's why I'm going to go very slowly and build up. Even building up, it just stuck to one place and won't move, so that's not the best thing here. And once they're stuck, they just refuse to move. I think this is the best I'm gonna get. Let's do a bold wing again, and then we are good for the eyes. up to you which eye you prefer, but I think both kind of look equally good, but just a little different in what you want with your sparkle. So I want a magenta blush with this look, so I have decided to try this. This is a purple shade from the recent NYX Buttermelt blushes. This actually turns a little magenta on the skin because of the skin's yellowy undertones, so it doesn't show up purple obviously. But let's see if it will give us what we need. The key with this blush, I have learned, is to be very careful and gentle while applying because it gets too pigmented too quickly. I don't have a very warm undertone, so it's still kind of purple on me. So I want to make it a little bit more pink, so let's do that. Let's try on this Patrick Ta blush. I'm kind of regretting that purple because it's too purple. I think we will leave it there. I'm not adding any highlighter because I want the eyes to be the center of this look. I have a few lipstick options here with me, and I want the perfect magenta pink kind of tone. So a pink with a purpley undertone. The perfect bold lip. I don't want to go too dark or too light because I want it to be the perfect bright bold lip. Let's swatch out a few shades. So here are the swatches. This one is too pink, too warm. This one is too purple. This one is too bright. This one is not bright enough. And this is the perfect shade. It's the one from Unearthly Cosmetics. The name of the lipstick is Linda, and I have a ColourPop liner that I will use to line the lips first. The liner may not be the perfect match for this, but we're gonna have to learn to survive with that. These are supposed to be satin liquid lipsticks, but the satin is gone and it's kind of matte now. So this is the perfect lip. It's reading much more warm tone on camera, but it is actually a gorgeous magenta pink. So that is how everything is looking. I think it turned out pretty well. That is all I wanted to cover in this video. I hope you got some inspiration for the holiday looks. Let me know which one was your favorite look, and should I continue making these so that you can get some more inspiration and use the makeup you already own instead of buying more, which is something I do on my channel. I try to be a more mindful consumer, and I encourage everyone else to do the same. So that's it for now, and I will see you next time.